There is nothing wrong with your internet. Do not attempt to adjust your settings. We are controlling the podcast. We control the squealing and the screams. We can make your heart flutter, your eyes blur from tears, or sharpen your mind to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit back. We are in control of what you hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your settings. You are about to experience the awe and mystery known as the female mind. You are now entering the Fangirl Zone.
Welcome to SyFy Talk on the Fangirl Zone, a podcast where we discuss shows on the SyFy channel. I'm Steve.
And I'm Sean, Fangirl S, and tonight we're discussing episode 4 of season 1, hopefully, of Vagrant Queen. I always get worried when we say that.
Yeah, it's not looking good right now.
No, and it's not so much the rating.
Well,
I don't think, because, where we're falling in the ratings, I don't think is too horrible, but...
We're down there pretty bad now. Unfortunately, episode 3's numbers are about half of what episode 1's was.
Yikes.
So that may have caused the move in day and time that SyFy announced last week, that episodes from now on will be airing at 11 p.m. Eastern on Thursday night instead of Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern.
That sucks.
And yeah.
It's where they put shows to die, I think.
Well, yeah, we saw that with the horrible hunters that we covered when we first started, and the showrunners seemed positive. Jim said they're looking to try to get some more eyes on the show, so.
It's a great show. Tell your friends. It's
yes,
so fun.
Please. It's a lot of fun. Because episode 3's numbers were a 0.04 in adults 18 to 49 with 0.208 million viewers, making it the 112th rated cable show for the day.
Yeah, I guess that's not great.
Yeah, that's getting down there.
I don't know. I don't understand, because this is like a really fun show.
Yeah, and you would think during the times we're in, people would want something that could make them laugh a little bit.
Yes.
And this is a good one for it.
Yes, it's all right. I can only say it's good so much. Obviously, if you're listening to this, you know it's good.
Right.
So,
and we thank you for listening to us.
Yes. So bring all your friends into the fandom. All right. Shall we jump head first?
It's the only way to do it. Episode 4, In a Sticky Spot. A stealth mission through the Republic border becomes a fight for survival as Lazaro closes in.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I'm going to say right now, like, Lazaro's attitude in this, you knew he was getting way ahead of himself.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's cockier than he is smart.
All right, where shall we begin?
Well, we open the episode on Clive's ship as the whole gang is aboard planning the attack.
Oh my gosh. So I love it because we have, like, Winnibot, like, with this awesome, like, hologram.
Right.
And they're looking at like a hand-drawn map instead. And I'm like, okay, do they just need something more, like, physical? I wasn't quite sure, but I still thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, well, it was something Alita built herself, so...
It took me an hour.
Yeah, it was falling apart. So.
Right. And I love that Isaac was, when they're explaining what this giant spaceport is, he's like, oh, it's a giant airport. Just suck the life out of you, before you travel. Because It's like you're going through security and then scans and then this and this. And he's like,
the boarding area. And
I love when they look
that's
at him
exactly
like,
what it was.
What? What's an airport? It's like, oh yeah, guys.
Yeah.
He's from Earth. Gotta remember that.
Yeah, that was the first Earth callback of the episode. Won't be the last.
No.
And we do find out how Clive owes Alita, as she saved him on a job they were doing.
I love it because when they're like, wait, so it's about food? And that's why we should trust him? And she's like, yeah, he's true to his stomach. And Isaac's like, well, yeah, I can trust that. I'm like, I just thought that was kind of funny because I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, trust your gut, so to speak.
And we find out that Doug, Blue, and Jannar are going to be Clive's crew, which leaves Lita, May, Hath, and Isaac get on to the station.
I really thought that when we have the blue lady, which I don't remember her name and I feel horrible, when she's like, safety in numbers, maybe we should stay together.
Irid,
okay. And when Half's like, you know what, 4 is too much. More than that, it's like insane. And she's like, well, I tried. It's like, did she not want to be alone with those guys? Or, I mean,
I would think not. I mean, come on.
Especially when Clive was like, oh, you get an hour to get back on the ship, then I'm leaving you behind.
That's right.
Okay. He's honest. That's all I can say.
That's right. So we go back to being on the Winnebago.
Winnipeg.
Yeah. That's right. Winnipeg. Got me on that one.
I think you're thinking Spaceballs.
Yes, I am. And May informs Alita that she's masked the ship's signature so it won't be recognized. And they have a nice little chat about Mom. And sure enough, Hath has to walk up and interrupt their moment.
Now, do you feel like they're almost trying to make those two have like a romantic moment?
Oh, absolutely. They keep getting closer and closer every episode. Yeah.
I don't know why they're doing that.
Well, I can't really say for sure if they're heading towards romantic, but they're becoming sisters, that's for sure.
I'm okay
they're getting
with that.
Close. Yeah.
But it almost has a feel of like they're trying to push like a romance.
Yeah, I've seen Alita's reactions on several occasions during the first couple of episodes that kind of gives that hint away that, yeah, maybe they are. So I guess we'll just wait and see.
Yeah, that's all we can do.
Yep. So, of course, Hath has to bring up past, as he always does. And, of course, has to ask again about being the queen. And even though he knows she doesn't want to, they could still fight together. And Alita says, well, my mom also taught me to be a survivor. But if Mom decides to join, then I probably will too.
I had a feeling here that he was like almost going to tell her something important.
Right.
You know, like, oh, we never meant for this to happen for you. And that like he knew they were setting her up or something, even though like we haven't seen that for sure. But I think you and I had that conversation, like thinking they were using her as a figurehead and we're going to really just like run all over her kind of thing.
Right.
But it felt like he was going to say something to go that way, like explain what happened, but then kind of pulled back last minute.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to find out exactly the situation.
I think we will eventually, but I just don't know when yet.
I know.
I mean, looks like they're going to rescue her mom. And if they pull that off, I'm not sure how Hath and the general's plan's going to come together unless he takes the other 3 and goes off and abandons Alita and her group to get the stone.
Again, we unfortunately have to wait and see.
Right. And of course, we get Port Station 223, another galaxy not yours.
That is the best thing that they've put in here, I swear.
Right. And we see May going through her character's backstory when Isaac joins her.
Oh my god, that was funny when he's like, what are you doing?
I'm developing my character. Not so much for Isaac. And Alita and Hath join them, and Clyde messages them that he'll see him on the other side. Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. It's like, oh, that's a little worrisome.
Yeah. And then we get our almost yippee-ki-yay moment where they open a hatch in the bottom of Winnie, and they're just going to jump out.
I love it. They're looking and looking. He's like, that's a lot further down than... And when he says it, then all of a sudden May's like, you know it wasn't to scale, right? It's like, May, come on.
Yeah. And of course, we cut to inside the port, seeing people coming downstairs, and we see all 4 of them just kind of drop out of the ceiling. Just kind of go, okay.
Almost on the stairwell, it looked like.
Yeah, but not quite. Fortunately, they It didn't seem that they landed on anybody.
Well, let's hope not. I think it would have made a little bit more noise.
Yeah, would have got somebody's attention, even though having people drop out of the ceiling sure would have got my attention.
Right? But hey,
So
if
what
you're in a
was that?
hurry and
Yeah.
you're in basically an airport, paying
True.
attention to squat.
Yeah. And they make it to the guard station, but of course, there's no guard and there's no key card.
Yeah, I love this. It's like, well, now what? I'm thinking,
Yeah.
did anybody look in the desk?
Right.
Because instead we have a maid. It's like, okay, well, I'll hack it. It'll just take a while. And I'm thinking, how long is a while?
Right.
Because we know the patience of Alita is not super awesome.
Right.
So they didn't exactly show it, but she was getting impatient pretty quick. I'm thinking that it was probably, I'd say, 10 to 15 minutes at least?
Probably because Isaac gets comfortable and Hoth is nervous as can be because he's afraid they're going to get caught. But speaking of nervous, we see the Clive's crew waiting in line to check into the port. But good old Clive's got a frequent traveler card, so he's heading to the cantina to get something to eat.
Oh my god, that was funny. He's like, frequent traveler. You guys will be here a while. And I'm like, ugh. Is that not how everybody feels when they see those people who, like, skip through security, pretty much? You're like,
Right.
You suck.
So May gets the door open just as Alita's giving their, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?"
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
And they get through the door just as the guard returns to his post. That's about the only thing that went right.
That was funny, too. He's coming back, and he goes to take a bite or a drink, whatever. I couldn't quite tell what it was.
Right. He goes, "Damn these."
It's just like squish all over. It's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, we need to rethink these. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
How do you not realize you got that over your face?
Yeah. The Republic just,
It looks very
what? They've got to
uncomfortable.
were farmers. They were never troops of any kind. They can't be because they're worse than the stormtroopers.
That's true.
So we see Clive in the cantina completing a deal when security is called to level 1 because,
This can only be good, right?
yeah, Alita and Hoth get identified. Well, they all get identified by a bot and they have to run.
I'm like, is that a Roomba? What is that?
Yeah, it looked like one, that's for sure.
I love it that when they start running then, Isaac just kicks the bot. It's like, oh, you suck. It's like, really?
And one guard finds the gang and shots get fired. Lita saves May from being shot. And we have another one of those moments
Yeah. See, it just,
where it looked like, yeah, it was going to happen right then and there in the middle of a firefight, but nope. And of course, Isaac isn't so lucky as the gate he fell on collapses, dropping him to a floor below.
it's like, wait, did they know there was another level? Is this better?
Yeah, I don't know. Bet it's one floor closer to the cells.
That's true. And apparently, it was a pretty decent drop because we find out that Isaac broke a couple ribs. Or at least
Yeah,
he said,
or
or bruised them or
Something
something.
else broke his ribs.
Well, I
Not
thought
sure.
he said I was supposed to.
Yeah,
sleep
I
with
think
my
he
when I
did
broke
during,
my rib
yeah,
or
after he fell it, he said, yeah, I'm all right. It's only a couple of ribs.
That just sounds painful. Okay.
Right. So Alita starts to go after him, but Hath grabs her, telling her that Isaac is gone.
I don't know about you, but I was really ticked with Hath right here.
Oh, yeah. And you can see it on Alita's face, too. She wasn't buying it.
Right.
So more guards show up, and they have to run as Isaac gets drug off by a couple of guards. And Alita tries to reach Isaac through the comm bracelet, but he's not answering. Of course not.
No, he's
He
a
left
little
it on the ship.
That's true. He never carries it. But he's a little preoccupied right now.
Yeah. So Alita tells Hath that she doesn't leave anyone behind and needs a May to get the power off in different sectors to help them get to the prisoner cells.
I feel like Hath wasn't understanding this.
No.
It's like, but why? It's like, geez, how many people have you left behind?
Exactly. And it comes back to bite him in the butt, too. So we see Clive's crew finally making it to the security checkpoint and, of course, almost blow it.
Again.
And the guy gets scanned, 2 or 3 times, having to dump stuff that's causing the
Oh
scanner
my
to
god. I thought that was hilarious. It's like, oh my god, it is an airport.
Yes.
And then he starts walking off and leaving his stuff. I'm like, did you even realize that you left your stuff? That
Right. Blue's looking at him like, what are you doing?
it's like, again?
Yeah.
Come on.
Of course, Winnie B leads May to the power console, but it's staff.
Yeah. And it was so close. May was like doing so good with everything.
Right.
Until she says somebody's name.
Yeah. That the guy knew wasn't working today. You go, oh, crap. And then, of course, Alita doesn't help by calling her.
Right? It's like, where's silent on this?
Yeah. Where's the mute button?
Yeah. It's like, shut up.
And, of course, the guy goes to call it in, and May uses her tablet to knock the guy out.
Finally.
Yeah. And she's able to cut the power off, but it happens to be a wrong section. And, of course, you see two of the troopers just hanging out in this room.
Yeah, they're just sitting there and talking. They're like,
yeah,
whoa.
on break
like,
or
are you guys
screwing
high?
off. Or
Because when they're just like what the hell?
Yeah.
And then the lights come back on. It's like, wow, you've seen that, right? Like, okay, I think they're trying to say that these dudes are like super high or something. Cause
yeah.
seriously, I don't know what the hell was just going on with them, but they were not normal guards.
No. But she does get the right section after a couple of guards pass by Alita's position because they are at a dead end until they can get through that door.
True.
And they're sitting ducks. So they make their way to the holding cells. And, of course, the guy who May knocked out wakes up.
And he's like creeping up on her.
Yeah.
I'm like, uh-oh.
And, yeah, she's talking to Alita, and we see Alita and Hath discovering that they don't have a way out because they've come down a stairwell and both doors are locked.
And oops, I ended up knocking the guy out with basically the server. I got to reboot. Sorry.
Yeah.
Say what?
Yeah, it was great. The guy's head was inside a power bank and he's just going.
I was laughing. I mean,
yeah.
Probably not so funny for them freaking out, but if
Right.
they can't get out, nobody can get in either because the doors are locked.
Right.
That's one good thing. Hopefully nobody's in that stairwell.
Right. So, of course, while they're waiting to have the system reboot so they can get into the cells, we get another talk with Alita and Hath about her training. And Alita reminds him that she didn't learn to put her life over others, even though Hath is saying, well, it's not your fault. It's your oppressors. And just shut up.
Again, it kept feeling like, okay, are you going to tell her something important here? But then he doesn't.
Right.
It's like, damn it.
And we cut back over to May, who hears Alita telling Hath that if one of them fall, they all fall. And you get a nice little smile from her. You almost see a tear running down her eye.
Right. Like, she's like, yeah, that's right. Because she's the one who pretty much talked them into that, I guess is the best way to say it. Because she was like, I came back for you guys because you needed someone.
Right. Because you two didn't have each other's back.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know why Hath isn't getting this. Like,
well, he's been a royal servant, basically. And so, yeah, all he knows is the monarchy. He's never had to do anything outside of that, apparently. You would think after, all these years that he might have had a scrape or two where he had to have help. But who knows? Maybe he's been hanging out with the founders the whole time.
that's true. You never know.
Yep. So the system reboot completes, and May tells them that she will meet them back on Winnie, and Alita tells her to be herself.
I don't understand why she wasn't saying be careful. I'm like, what did I miss?
Well, because in episode 2, when they were going to go explore the mine and Alita wanted to go with her to make sure that she was safe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which kind of made May feel like she was saying, I can't take care of myself.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
Yeah. The door's open, but some guards come through and 2 are left to guard the stairway and the doors.
But.
Yeah, May, yeah, there's always buts. May starts to leave, but here's guards, so she climbs up into a vent.
And Alita's guards, that was the best, though.
Oh, it absolutely was. Because she sets the pink squishy on the stairs and then fires her weapon a couple of times. And of course, these guys, idiots. Was that one of ours?
I don't know. Let's go
Who
find
cares?
out.
Go find out. And of course, you see her peeking between the stairwell going, I don't like labels.
Right. Who goes there? It's like, really?
And of course, they climb up the stairs and Halita shoots the pink stuff and basically it explodes and...
Oh my god, that was hilarious. Because it's like, I don't even know. It's not quite slime, but...
Right.
Because it looks like slime, but it hardens. And it was like...
really fast.
Yeah. So they were like stuck to the wall. And I love the one guy's like moving his head. He's like, don't leave me like this. Really? Oh my god. That was hilarious though. Cause it
was.
Aww. He sounded so sad all of a sudden.
Yep. And we see May making it out of the vent. Now she went up to get in the vent, but she's ground level leaving the vent, which was nice. So we didn't have to see her climb down at least.
Right. Fall out.
But as soon as she turns the corner, she runs into a couple of Republic accountants.
That kind of scared me though. Cause like, excuse me.
Yes.
I'm like, oh god. Like, are you going to tell us what's going on? And I'm just like, oh no. What's going to happen? And all of a sudden, like, nobody tells accounting anything. It's like, I got this. Okay.
Yes. and May makes up for her previous performance.
And then she's able to get directions because she was nice to them. And sometimes that's all it takes. If they don't have guns, you maybe just talk them up a little, I guess.
Exactly. And then we see Clive's crew trying to get back onto the ship using the excuse of...
explosive diarrhea. I thought the guy was going to let him go because of that, because he's like, ew.
Yeah.
And when he's like, go, I thought he meant to the ship. And it's like, oh, no.
No. And of course, Doug goes, I didn't know you had that type of food.
I love it.
The other two just kind of go,
what?
Whoosh.
I'm like, okay, that's what Isaac did, right? When he was like, improv.
Yes.
And at first I'm like, wait a second. Oh, yeah. It just took a second. Like, duh.
Yeah. Now, of course, we see Alita turning into a hallway, yelling for help, acting like she's hurt. And the two guards there look at her and pull their guns first and then kind of put them down because they think somebody's hurt. And she just shoots each one. Simple as that. Of course, Hath goes, well, that sure worked better than it sounded.
Right. I'm like, oh, okay. This is get help? What?
Yeah. They get in and Isaac is in bad shape.
Oh my gosh. That's because Lazaro.
Yes.
Oh my god.
We'll
Lazaro
get
sucks
him.
so bad.
Yeah, I know. So they get out of there, but once again, they run into more guards, go back to Clive's crew, who's at the boarding area, and Gunnar is just losing his crap all over the place. Where are they? We can't do nothing. We're knee deep in hypocrisy and
I thought it was just kind of funny because it's like, all right, you need to calm down because basically all you're doing is sitting there. So
right,
bring it down a notch.
Yeah, you want to not make people notice you.
Right.
And sure enough, Alita and company come in guns blazing.
Yeah, quite an entrance. Again, for people who are trying to keep it on the down low.
Right. I love that one. You see one girl in a kind of a...
Oh, in like that egg chair?
Yes.
And she's just sitting there with headphones on reading,
completely oblivious to what's going on.
Shots being fired. Yeah, it's like, maybe turn it down a little.
Yeah. Of course, Alita lets Blue know they need that door open. And so, of course, what does Blue do? She stands up, climbs over the couch, and makes it to the stairs and heads upstairs.
I'm like, where is she going?
Yeah. Well, we did see one of the troops have that mechanical thing on his back as they walked by.
Yeah,
earlier.
I had seen that, but I'm like, but where is she going?
Right. Now, of course, May lets Alita know that she's on the Winnie, and Alita tells them that they're at the boarding gate and have Isaac.
Yay.
Yes. And then Alita catches a glimpse of the case holding all those pink squishies.
Oh my gosh. I love it because she's basically getting in an argument with the guy who bought it from Clive.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, yes, no, yes. It's like, don't make me shoot you. And then all of a sudden he's like, it's yours. And I'm like, oh crap. Because you hear something.
Yeah, it sounds like a robot coming up.
Right. I'm like, oh crap. When she turns around to look real slow, like, I'm so super screwed. It was Blue. Nope. I wasn't expecting that.
No. And of course, Alita gets the case over to Doug and Dengar and tells them to toss and shoot.
Oh my god, those two look like they're having way too much fun.
Oh, yeah. And we get this great scene of Alita just busting through and fighting. And of course, it's a boarding area, so there's couches and pillows, and you got pillow feathers all over the place.
Oh my gosh, that slow-mo 3D.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that they keep using this.
Yeah.
Because it is just like this cool effect. And yeah, I think we finally see that girl who was in the egg chair run. Like, in the background.
So Blue gets the door open as another group of troops enter the area. Everybody makes it out except Blue, who takes several shots to the back.
I was surprised. I'm like, why didn't they like pull her in? Or is she like, that's it, she's done?
Yeah, I guess so. It was pretty strange to me too.
I don't know, because if we don't see him die on screen.
Right. Now, of course, Alita apologizes to Hath for losing her. And they get on board Winnie and escape the port. And we see Alita checking on Isaac, who feels like Apollo Creed, but she's glad to have him back. Yeah. And that's the second Earth mention in the episode that nobody knows what the hell he's talking about except us.
I just think it's funny because I'm like, he goes, at the end of Rocky, no. End of Rocky 4, no. Apollo Creed at the end of Rocky 4. I'm like, dude, she doesn't know what you're even talking about.
No. And he finally goes, really bad. Yeah. And she bangs him on the back.
Like, all right, good. It's like, oh, like everything hurt on me just looking at him beat up like that.
Right. And once again, May and Alita have a moment on the ship as they discuss what they would say to their mothers after all these years.
Now, this I thought was really, like, sweet, like the moment.
Right.
And I was really wondering if we were going to find out more, because I believe May had said her mother was murdered, right? I can't remember.
I think so. I mean, she was only one of a few that got off the planet, so I don't think her mom made it.
So, like, I think Isaac knows that, but at this point, I don't believe Alita knows it.
Right. That's very possible.
So I'm like, I don't know if Alita was really grasping how, like, heartfelt this was for her.
Right. And even May goes, oh, I'm so sorry. This wasn't about me. It was supposed to be about you.
She's like, that's okay. It's making me feel better. And then, boom. Like, what the hell?
And Winnie Bot goes, oh, there's more debris here than what the star chart said.
Now, I don't know about you, but I had a Star Wars feel here.
Yes.
I was like, okay, is there going to be no planet there? Is that what this is?
Right, exactly. But we see it, because when Alita's looking out the window, we see the planet, and you see all the asteroids around it, and you go, But yeah, at first, that was, and I had to watch it again to see that, where it clicked with me. But yeah, that was the first thing I thought with all of those asteroids out there. I said, no. You got through, they hit the button, and the planet's gone.
See, I didn't catch that there was the planet there, so I'm going.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that was my first thought when I saw it the first time was, oh, crap. What if they just blew her mother up?
Oh, my God. And then, yeah, there's a whole breach, and we see a piece floating outside. I love it. And Alita's like, that looks important.
Yes.
I can't remember the part. But Isaac's like, and he's running around. And this is what's cracking me up. Because everyone's like, what's going on? And he's like, I don't remember if he said there's asteroids.
Yeah, it was a ginormous asteroid storm or something like that.
When he grabs, of all things.
Yes, the duct tape.
And when he runs back to the cockpit, he's like, this is all I have left. First of all, why
And
did
May
you have
tells
a
him
crap
to-
ton of duct tape with you? What the hell were
Right.
you doing?
And May tells him to buckle up, and what does he do?
Oh my gosh.
He uses the duct tape.
I
to
was
tape-
dying. I'm like,
I know.
Are you paying attention to what you're doing?
No, he's just lost it. And of course, as he's running around, he's getting slammed back and forth, and he's in no shape. So every one of those bangs has got to hurt 5 times worse than what it
Right?
would normally.
Because we're not seeing like super awesome technology just to like make everything okay right away.
Right. And then we get a shot of the planet where we see a cute alien bunny munching on something, and in the background, the Winnie crash lands.
I'm like, is this bunny going to actually be giant? Is what I thought it was going to be. Because I'm like, oh, look at that's adorable. And then I was like, oh my God, it's going to be bigger than the Winnie or something.
Yeah. So we go check in on Lazaro and his dirty deeds.
God, this man.
Yes. And he gets a call from the admirals because he hasn't been answering their calls.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we've just been missing each other. Really?
Telephone tag.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to fly.
No. And he tells them that he has another lead on the Queen, and they warn him that his title will be stripped if he fails again. Well, guess what? Yeah. And of course, he's heading to the port and gets informed that there's an alarm. So he gets on board and is headed to talk to Isaac.
Yeah.
And
I wasn't digging that when all of a sudden they're like, oh, we found the human. And he's like,
yes.
Oh. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
No.
And of course, Lazaro is his normal,
charming self.
Yes. Trying to cut a deal with Isaac, who basically tells him he's a tourist.
This was interesting because, I mean, does everybody know Isaac's from Earth? Or do they know where Earth is? I say this because Lazaro, when he's like, you're from Earth, like he said it weird.
Yeah, I think that's just information they've gathered from other scavengers of where he's from. I don't think Lazaro has a clue where Earth actually is.
Oh, okay.
But of course, he threatens him with never being able to go back again.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, so you're offering a quid pro quo.
Yeah, which
and Lazaro's
third one
like,
that nobody knows what the hell you're talking about, Isaac.
Yeah, I'm like, will he know what that is? And Lazaro's just like, what? What are you talking about?
And he tells him they were headed to join a rock band.
It's like, do you want
he wanted to be the lead.
Oh, do you want in? Because you look like you can use a little relaxation. Well, Lazaro apparently had a little relaxation come on then afterwards.
Yeah, more fun than he's had all week, beating Isaac bloody.
I was like getting so mad. I'm like, no!
Yes, especially the stomp in the face as he walks out to find Clive.
It's like, don't do it. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And of course, he finds Clive at a vending machine.
Man, that man's been eating nonstop. Because Clive ate like a tourist, too.
Yes. Clive goes, oh, you look pretty salty, but I can handle it. And you see these tentacles come out from behind his back and you go, oh, holy crap.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
he knew
but
it
no.
wasn't going to happen, but it's like, come on.
And Lazaro just whips out his gun and shoots him in the chest. But Clive uses the pink squishy to keep Lazaro from going anywhere.
I really wish it was like more, because it was like just over like his boots. And Lazaro just like,
yeah. And later on, we see him walking through the boarding area at several of his men stuck the way he was. And I love this one trooper. It kind of comes up behind him, tells him that the admirals are on the line. And then he slinks back.
Then you see him like, let me just get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's right, Lazaro.
Yes. Let's hope the admirals can catch up with him and put him away.
Yeah, probably not. But
no.
It's a start, I guess. So we'll see how that goes.
Right.
But, I mean, overall, I thought this episode was pretty funny.
Yes.
And it was just, there was another, like, dad joke in there, but it It happened so fast, I did not catch it.
Okay.
I just seen it was something Alita said when she exploded the pink squishy balls. And she's like, And Hannah was just like, what? I'm like, damn it, I missed it. So hopefully somebody else caught it and can let us know. So you can shoot us an email of what you thought or that dad joke or whatever at SyFyTalk@fangirlzone.com. Let us know your thoughts. And while you're at it, if you can rate and review us on iTunes and every other platform you find us on, because good ratings and reviews help other fans of the show find us. Tell your friends about this show. It's so fun. And if you are into the graphic novel, we definitely want to know. So let us know how it's translating over. Of course, we hope you're enjoying the podcast. And don't forget, you can always head over to www.fangirlzone.com, check out all the stuff we have on our website, and you can contact us over there too, because we have a contact page and a whole lot of ways to get a hold of us. So for this episode of SyFy Talk, I am Sean Fangirl.
And I'm Steve. I'm more improv than method.
And until next time.